Taiwan, which in recent years has provided a safe haven for some who have fled from nearby Hong Kong in the wake of China's crackdown on democracy in that city. But as a military threat from China still looms over Taiwan following House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit there last month, could Taiwan follow in Hong Kong's footsteps? ABC's Bob Woodruff sat down with some who found a new home in Taiwan and those preparing to defend the island from China's threat.
The protests that rocked Hong Kong for much of 2019 led to unexpected violence that frightened not only the people of Hong Kong, but also the people of Taiwan, this self-governing democracy just to the north along the coast of China. Taiwanese citizens left wondering if Beijing's influence could extend to them as well. That's when Taiwan's president, Tsai Ing-wen, ran this campaign ad, using Hong Kong as a political message. On the left, Taiwan's peaceful life. On the right, the frightening life in Hong Kong that year. She won her re-election in a resounding landslide. But last month, the attention of the world shifted back to the threat to Taiwan. In the first week of August, just hours after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, China unleashed an aggressive set of military drills, surrounding Taiwan with warships and jets, even missiles fired over the top of the island.
The military threat posed by China in the first part of August was the worst we have seen in a long time.
But despite these growing fears, Taiwan has become a haven for those fleeing Hong Kong, partly because Chinese crackdowns there have stepped up. A harsh security law was imposed. Pro-democracy news organizations have been pressured into shutting down, and nearly the entire pro-democracy camp imprisoned. So Hong Kong residents are leaving in droves. More than 121,000 Hong Kong residents left the territory in the last year alone, the biggest population drop on record.
The national security law in Hong Kong have taken away every bit of freedom away from the Hong Kong people.
While many Hong Kongers have set off for the UK, since 2019, Taiwan has welcomed more than 37,000 Hong Kong residents. Visual artist Casey Wong is one of them, now setting up shop in the Taiwanese city of Taichung, living in exile.
I'm looking for freedom of speech and freedom of artistic expression. And for me, I think Hong Kong will no longer be able to provide me of that kind of environment. So that's why I left.
Wong puts out videos protesting China's policies. Here, he is playing the Chinese national anthem while in a red cage. And here, he is at the height of the protests, dressed up as Moses, delivering demands to the government.
Why are you coming out?
God send me!
It was not until one of Beijing's main state-owned newspapers in Hong Kong singled Casey out in a full-page article that he realized it was time to leave for his own safety. What are your crimes in their mind?
I think they don't like to be laughed at. And I think my crime is I kind of make fun of them. That's my crime.
In addition to artists, writers and journalists are fleeing Hong Kong as well. Annie Zhang is the former chief executive editor of the Hong Kong-based Initium Media. She fled after the national security law came into place in Hong Kong, and a number of her friends were jailed.
Many of my friends are cultural producers, or maybe they are booksellers, they are writers, they are artists, but they cannot create things freely in Hong Kong now, so that's why they chose to leave.
For Hong Kong residents, Taiwan has become a place of safety, a safe place for entertainment and free expression. But because of China's growing military moves, many Taiwanese are now training to fight back against China in case of attack. Robert Tsao is now one of them. He was a giant in the semiconductor field as the founder of United Microelectronics Corporation until his retirement in 2006. A native of Taiwan, he had worked with China for decades, but now sees them as a danger to Taiwan's future.
I think Taiwan is quite vulnerable in front of the possible Chinese aggression. So I think I maybe better come back to do something about it.
We don't see these things very often in the semiconductor world.
No.
We have to build up defense, so make the aggression more costly, more difficult.
So in August, just after Nancy Pelosi's visit here, he donated $100 million to support Taiwan's military and civilian training.
I made money because I want to enjoy freedom. Now, what I saw in Hong Kong made me decide that I should help Taiwan as free as country. If Pelosi came to support Taiwan, I'm from Taiwan. I live also here. How can I not do anything about this?
And like many we've spoken with on the island, Cao says Taiwan's freedom is a cause he's willing to put his life on the line for.
I will fight to die. I won't live to see Taiwan become another Hong Kong. I will not going to allow that to happen. They have to over my dead body to do that.
But others, like Casey, are preparing for the possibility that they need to leave again.
My hometown was invaded. It was invaded by the Chinese Communist Party. From my perspective, I think Hong Kong is the first step, so it's fallen as a city, and Taiwan is next.
You think so? So you might have to flee Taiwan next?
That never escaped my mind. You know, I might.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.